Hey all, you're probably wondering why I'm sitting on the steps of the Saskatchewan legislature today. I decided to take a field trip to do today's video, and the reason I'm sitting here is because in a couple months time it will be the 10-year anniversary for the day that I was invited inside this building by the government to be commended during session for my conduct and behavior as a real estate professional and citizen of this province. As most of you know, I became a home inspector back in 2013, and it was only a short couple of years after that I founded a nonprofit charitable organization that renovated homes for single parents. It's fairly well known in my jurisdiction that I performed this selfless act for nearly 3/4 of a decade, but what isn't known is my financial position when I founded the organization. Back in those days, realtors didn't have to come up with the elaborate schemes they use nowadays to steer clients away from me. If a client requested me back in those days, all a realtor had to do was bat an eye and that was it. The client would change their mind. It got so bad that I actually almost closed up shop as a home inspector. I also had to move out of my own home and rent it out because I could no longer afford the payment. And the only thing I could afford was a 2-room commercial office space in the downtown core of my city where there was no stove, fridge, shower, or bathtub. At this point, I think it's important that I show all of you what I was bathing in when I founded that nonprofit charitable organization. So let's take a trip over to Canadian Tire and I'll show you. So I came and picked myself up one of these portable camp showers. And I also picked up one of these Rubbermaid containers, and with that camp shower and this Rubbermaid container, that is what I bathed in for approximately 8 months when I started the nonprofit charitable organization that renovated homes for single parents. All those years back, ladies and gentlemen, I had a choice. I didn't have to move out of my home. I didn't have to move into a 2-room commercial office space with no bathtub or shower. I could have made the choice, the conscious choice, to help those realtors sell houses. That's what they wanted me to do. I could have made the conscious choice to omit defects out of my reports, marginalize defects, talk people into buying houses. I could have done what those realtors wanted me to do, and I could have avoided all that financial despair. But I chose not to. I chose not to because it was what was right in here and was right up here. And instead, I chose to move out of my house and move into a commercial office space and chose to bathe in a Rubbermaid container. I not only chose to do that, but I doubled down on my selfless nature and I founded a nonprofit charitable organization, something that I don't believe any other real estate professional in Saskatchewan or maybe even across Canada has accomplished in their career. So with all that said, I want to actually get into a little bit of a summary of what the organization accomplished. So let's get into that now. All right, guys, in my 7.5 years as the founder and managing director of the organization, we did, I believe, 12 projects, and those 12 projects consisted of a number of upgrades, and I'm just going to go down the list here. We gave away and installed 4 brand new furnaces. We renovated 2 complete bathrooms, and we did 1 partial bathroom reno. We did 1 complete electrical upgrade. That was the service mast and service panel. We did 1 backflow preventer on the sewer line. We gave away and installed a water heater. We did a complete wheelchair ramp for the Moose Jaw Transition House. We did an attic insulation top up for somebody else. And amongst all those projects, we did numerous electrical and plumbing repairs and upgrades. We also, at every Christmas, we made a point of putting together some gift cards for 10 or so families so that they could go down to a local grocery store and get a turkey and some fixings that go along with that. Lastly, when we dissolved the organization, we had about $8,500 in the bank, and we dispersed that by buying a new printer for the transition house. We spent $3,000 on food for the Moose Jaw Food Bank. We spent $2,650 on food, men's underwear, and I believe some toques and mitts for the Riverside Mission, which was a men's shelter. And then finally, we gave $1,000 to Hunger in Moose Jaw, which I believe battles hunger in schools. As the founder and managing director for the 7.5 years, I believe I invested more than 3,000 hours of my time, and I never took a dime in compensation for that. This organization was my brainchild and my baby, but I couldn't have done it without a numerous and multitude of other people that were like-minded, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you out there. You all know who you are. There's far too many of you to thank individually, so I want to say thank you to all of you. Before I let you guys go, I want to just say something about my career as a real estate professional. And basically from day one, I have been battling the realtors in my jurisdiction. They've been beating me down, and I just continue to rise up every time that they try to beat me down. And that is because good old persistence will win over nefarious behavior every time. Lastly, I hope to inspire somebody across Canada. That's what I hope today's video does. I hope to inspire somebody. I hope somebody sees this video and says, I don't need to be a gazillionaire in order to have a massive impact on my community. Look at this guy. He was literally living in a 2-room office space, bathing in a Rubbermaid container, and look what he accomplished. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. As always, knowledge is power, and we'll see you on episode 15.